All right. We're here today to talk about Google Slides and some of the great things that you can do with Google Slides that are just a little bit on the advanced side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Google Drive. And I am going to go to create a new Google Slides. Okay, here we go. Now, working with slides is the same, pretty much the same as working with a Google document, except for one major difference, and that is I can pile things on top of each other here in Google Slides that I cannot do in Google Docs. If I have an image, the image is here, the text is here, they bounce off of each other. They cannot go on top of one another. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove these text boxes here. So I want an empty slide. Because first thing, I get asked a lot by elementary teachers about, I created this really cool slide for my kids and I added stuff in the background, but they're able to move it around and I don't want them to move it around. How can I how can I lock a background? So I'm like, well, there's a couple, it's kind of tricky. And then I started thinking about, what about making it like an image in the background and working around that image? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create some shapes here. We're just going to pretend that this is my background. Okay. And I'm going to put another shape over the top of that. I'm going to put a triangle like this. Stretch this out a little bit. That. And we're going to make this one, of course, lime green because I just want the colors to really pop. All right. So now we're going to pretend that this is like an entire background. So now what I'm going to do, this is kind of interesting. I am going to take a screenshot of this like that. Okay. And you can see that I can still move all this around. I can't lock these in place. It's not going to let me. And I'm going to delete them. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to background. I'm going to click that and I'm going to choose an image. Where am I going to get that image? I am going to upload that image from my computer. There it is right there. I'm going to open it. Watch what happens. Done. I can't click anywhere on it. It is locked in place onto the background. So now my kids come in here and I want them to add something. Maybe I have a text box for them to fill out. And I use these shapes as an example. But if you had something in the background, a real cute background with maybe a text box that you wanted them to write in, then what you would do is you take your text box and you just put it over the top of whatever it was. Maybe there's a pretend text box right here. So I just kind of move it right there, and then that's what they would start typing on. So now the background is locked, and I can do that to every one of my slides. And I don't have to worry about my kids moving those shapes, moving things around, moving images around in the background, because all I did was take a screenshot of the slide and I just put it in as the background for that particular slide. Pretty easy, pretty easy.